7:38 here, Big 550 KTRS. There's a great story about some St. Louisans helping out children, and we decided to piggyback on what Fox did. Mandy Murphy did this story where she visited a village in Honduras, but it was all thanks to this man, Bob Wamoff, who is involved with the charity. Bob, thanks for joining us here on the Big 550 KTRS.
Well, thanks a lot for having me.
You got it. Tell us about this charity, Just Because We Care.
Well, first of all, it's not just me. It's my wife and a lot of other people. But what we're doing is in a remote village in Honduras, we're feeding, clothing, and educating about 240 people right now. And we've got them anywhere from kindergarten all the way up to college. And what my wife originally saw over 11 years ago has worked on. I guarantee I never even thought we'd be this far.
What were you doing 11 years ago in Honduras that made you aware of this?
Well, it was my wife. She went down with a church group to help in a major town. A nun came up to him in the afternoon and said, "Would you like to go up to the mountain and visit some children in elementary school?" So my wife, along with a few others, went up there. And when they got there, the school was deplorable, but the kids were in horrific condition. The nun said, I kind of sandbagged you. I really brought you up here because if you can build a kitchen onto the school, I'll get a grant for beans and rice, and these kids will stop, literally dying from malnourishment. At that point in time, some of them were eating leaves and grass. So the church was not in a position to build the school or the kitchen, so my wife went ahead and said, "I'll do it." That happened. She went home. She came back. The kitchen was built, but the government never came through with the beans and rice. So that's how, just because we started, feeding the kids one day a week, and now it's up to 5.
So you've basically adopted this village, more or less?
That's correct. We're not going anywhere past this because it's going to take us, it's going to take me my lifetime and my wife's lifetime before we ever get it the way we want it. But we just said, give these kids a chance. What would happen if you got to about 4th or 5th grade, you were tall enough and big enough to go into the fields or go into the sweatshops, or if you were a girl, go home and help mom and eventually get pregnant. So what we said is, we'll feed you as long as you stay in school. And what we found is most of them never got to 6th grade. But if we continued to feed them and educate them, and the parents stayed behind us, like we've got 7 in college right now, we've got 45 in high school. So it's just miraculous, the difference that's happened to these people.
How hard is it to get this through Honduras, and how receptive are the powers to be? Because many times people try and do this, they're stopped at the front door.
Well, 2 things. One, we have a beautiful host family down there. There's 6 people in a family that are as dedicated as we are, and they work the day-to-day that we can't do here. And number 2, we stay, kind of low to the ground. We don't want the government. The government is corrupt. The military is corrupt. The police is corrupt. So we just go down there as tourists. We take as many, this May, for example, we'll take 8 people with us, and we'll take a couple duffel bags and bring stuff down there. And then every couple of years we'll ship a container down there. But just like everything else, when we ship the container down there, then you have to pay a bribe to get it out.
Wow. Bob, how do people find out more information? What's the website? And you have a couple of charity events coming up, don't you?
Right. The website is justbecausewecare.com, no spaces in there. And on the 29th of March, here in the streets of St. Charles, which is right across the bridge on off of 70 and 5th Street, we're going to have a 5K and a 10K run and a 1K walk, March 29th, 7:30. They can check it out on my website. And then we do 2 golf tournaments. One will be June the 9th. One's in September, and we do a trivia night. I have some beautiful people who work with me very hard on the board, and it all comes together.
It's an unbelievable story. JustBecauseWeCare.com is where we can find out everything, right?
That's right. Or if you need to contact me, my company's name is Wamoff Accounting and Financial Planning, 636-573-1212. And anybody here in my staff knows all about it.
You got it. And but if you remember one thing, it's justbecausewecare.com. Bob Wamoff. Bob, thank you very much. Great story. Thanks for sharing.
Hey, thank you for getting me on.
You got it. 744 here, Big 550 KTR.